Hello friends and welcome back to the Dagger Knives channel. My name is Brian and today we are taking a look at an absolute foundational model for our company. This is one that really helped establish our DNA, and that is of course the arrow. Before we go too deep into the knife itself, I do want to know what you guys are carrying today. For me, it's funny enough, I'm actually carrying the Florence Arrow's little brother here. You can see this sweet little blade, FRN on the scales, and we're looking at 8CR 13 MOV, a nice little compact EDC blade. Still, of course, carries all of that DNA that we know and love from Dagger. But again, I want to know what you guys are carrying. Put that in the comments down below. Before you continue the video, pause it here, hit those comments, and let us know. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the up-close and personal view of the arrow. So with the arrow, we were aiming, pun intended, to create a charismatic EDC that would actually stand out in the crowd. The design goals were deceptively simple. We wanted to create a folding dagger with a fuller that had an asymmetrical handle, which would allow us to blend the bold blade with balance and precision. Now it's obvious where the knife gets its name. As you can see here, we have the arrow-shaped head, just a absolute stunner of a knife. Very, very unmistakable. When you see this knife, you know exactly who designed it and where it came from. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the blade so we can see exactly how the fit and finish is done here. Here you can see some really nice textured G10. We have perfect jimping here on the flipper. Of course, there's our signature blade hole. Going through, you have a lanyard hole, reversible pocket clip, G10 backspacer, the Screaming Skull pocket clip with the quintessential blue eyes there. Of course, T8 and T6 hardware. Perfectly centered. Lockup is fantastic as well. We do have a really nice lock bar access. And of course, the jimping there on the lock bar does allow you to get in some really nice grip. And then here is that arrow-shaped or dagger blade. Just an absolute gorgeous knife design here. Of course, sharpening as always, fantastic as well. So you're looking at a 3.9-inch blade length. It does have a 3.5-inch cutting edge. The blade height here is just at 1.18 inches at its highest point, and we are using 3mm blade stock. Your handle is 4.75 with the majority of the handle is right around that 1-inch mark. Your width here on the knife is, or your thickness is 0.46, and then with the pocket clip you're looking at 0.68. Overall 8.65 inches, and then a carry profile of just 1.32. So regardless of whether you measure that here or right there, you're still looking at right around that 1.32 inch carry profile, so not too bad. So the weight's coming in at 3.93 ounces. If you look at the blade length of 3.9 inches, then you've got almost that 1-to-1 ratio that everyone really looks for. Now let's go ahead and test this thing out on some real world scenarios and see how it holds up. As per usual, we're going to just run through some some fairly quick kind of real world scenarios. We just have some strapping here. Should be a fairly easy task for just about any knife that has a decent edge. This is just showing off that factory edge from our fine folks. And they always do a fantastic job with sharpening right out of the box. Never had an issue. Keep on going here. We do have just some standard 550 paracord. What I'm going to try to do is just a push cut through this stuff. Not even trying to slice it, just using the blade itself. Kind of rocking it down on there, and then of course you can do slices if you want to, but no issues with paracord. Didn't think there would be. Keep on keeping on here. Now we're gonna go something a little bit tougher. This is some actual weight rated cordage. I cannot remember the exact rating. I want to say it's probably around 500 to 600 pounds, but again, no issues. Just a quick slice through. Let's see, I wonder if we can push cut this. Let's try. Look at there, yep, just push right through it, no problem. And this, of course, is that reinforced fiber. Good stuff. All right, so here we have some natural cordage. This stuff is always a bear to get through, so we'll see how the arrow does. There we go. So again, it is a pretty tough material to get through, but we were able to get through it without too much of a problem. And we'll go ahead and step into some hose. So we just have some fuel hose here. Fairly common thing if you're using the knife in a mechanical setting. Again, pushes right through it without any real issue. No problem there. And of course that is, again, reinforced fuel hose. go into something a little bit larger. And again, this is, I believe this is actually fuel injection hose, but I could be wrong on that. Of course, a little bit thicker hose is going to be a little tougher to get through. No real issues there. Got a decent blade length at 3.5 inches. Keep on keeping on. Again, another thicker hose. See if we can get that to focus there. Here we go. We have that double-walled hose. This is 3/8 here. Again, not too shabby. Making all kinds of noise, but making nice, clean cuts through there. All right. Got another hose here. We have some 5/8 hose. And this stuff is usually a little more difficult to cut through just because of its size. You do have to kind of give it a little bit of a sawing motion here. But really nice cuts again. Try one more. Yeah, no problems. Zip ties. Got a single zip tie. Pop right through that. And we have the double zip tie. Oh, let's get them back together here. Popped right through those without much of an issue. And then we have the big boy, really thick, heavy-duty zip tie. These are always fun to cut through, so we're going to give it a little bit of a go here. We can come in, get that tip buried in, and then push down. There we are. Now that we've got through that, let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit and take a look at the blade itself. Take a look at the coating, see if there's any wear or anything like that. Get that piece of hose off of there. So you can see no edge rolling, no deformation, anything like that. And the coating still looks exactly the same. And there you have it, guys. So, of course, the Arrow, performing as usual, did a great job on all of our cut tests. So I want to know what you guys think about this model in the comments down below. As always, if you guys are interested in picking one up, look down in the description. There'll be links to all of our retailers down there, so you can go ahead and pick up an Arrow for yourself. Until next time, stay sharp.